We can look through this one, I think.
Sure.
Alright. What's the general plan, like, going into the game?
On Raptor or on Rek'Sai, I always start Raptors. Basically, I always do like Raptors Krugs Red or Raptors Red Krugs, and then I look for a gank, or I just keep clearing. But I mostly want to do something early game because I really hate full clearing on Rek'Sai.
Yeah, I get that. Do you ever start on the other side of the map, or no? Or do you always start Raptors?
I start Raptors like 99% of the game, unless I get like invaded level 1, then I probably start like Wolves or something.
Yeah, okay. No, this is like the most classic like Rek'Sai she's in the game. I mean, no, not Raptors back in the day. Back in the day was just people did like fucking what's called red into Raptors Krugs and then they ganked up or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, every single game it was like this clear.
I know what I notice a lot in like when I play in higher elos is when they like ward my Raptors level 1. So I sometimes I take like sweeper level 1, but I don't know if it's like worth it.
I mean, I think if you're planning on early ganking, I don't mind you going sweeper in general. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like this is like you don't have to go it for the ward if you don't want to. Like, I don't mind, right? But it's like I think just in general, if you're looking to make an early play, like I think this can be generally fine.
Yeah.
I would like you to look around more, right? Like already here, like on the solo lanes, for example, right? Now you do it, but did you gather anything from that? I'm honestly curious because I did not.
That's mostly just like a spasm thing.
Yeah, this is like the APM clicks. Like,
yeah.
here, like, let's farm up, like, outplay the APM now. Like,
yeah.
and now after you finish, like, you like look mid lane. I don't hate this, right? But I just think we could have done this like a bit earlier if you wanted to as well, right?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I mean, you know this better than anyone, but I think you wait with your E here now.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, but yeah.
Yeah. I should. I think I die here. That W is bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're dead either way here.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, Rek'Sai is another champion I play a decent amount because I'm like Psychopath, so I play Rek'Sai top lane still. But yeah, it's like similar thing. Once again, just look around the map and also like when we walk out of base here, ask ourselves, okay, what is the plan, right? Okay, here we're like the what's called pinging sums. That's fine, right? But I don't want us to think about like here. Don't think about like the last play. That's fine. You know what I mean? Like shit happens already. You know?
Yeah.
It's good if we ping the sums. We think about what they used, right? This is good, right? Once that is done, just think, okay, what is next? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know, when I'm playing, I feel like I use my camera a lot more, but then I look at VODs and I don't know, I feel like a
yes,
noob.
and this is like a general habit. Do you think you use F keys a lot when you play, or like do you mainly
Yeah, I
like
feel
move
like I
around?
do, but when I watch VODs, I feel like I don't.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, one thing is just in general, like, remind yourself to, like, do it right, like, in a sense, like, I don't know how to better explain it. Maybe, like, you don't have to do it constantly while you're, like, clearing camps, if that's, like, you know, hard to, like, get used to. But it's, like, for example, like, let's say we take the Gromp here. Now, it's, like, completely free to quickly look if you want to.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And while we're clearing camps, even if you don't look at, like, what's going on in the lane specifically, maybe if you see, like, health bars moving, for example, you could look at that lane, like more specifically these kind of things. You know what I mean? At least.
Yeah.
And maybe you do this. I don't have an eye tracker, right? So.
Yeah, don't worry. I know what you mean.
I don't think there's a play here. That's fine. Oh, maybe we get there.
I suck.
Yeah, well, that's a bit sad to watch, but I think you know what you did wrong at least. So.
Yeah. Jesus, I'm bad. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, once again, you probably look to greed your E, I think. Is what I would do. If you think you can't, like, get an auto E off, then it's fine if you use your E like this. I don't mind it, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. Should keep my W for Alistar combo.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's like, you should keep your W for a lot of things here, I think.
Yeah.
Like, here, it's like completely fine. You should just be ready for her to jump on you, right? That's like number one thing.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
And Another thing is like right here. I mean, obviously here is like a bit awkward, but one thing is like you don't have vision, so you're not reacting to this. This is the truth, unless you're like I don't know someone else, like I don't know, like Chovy or something. You know what I mean? Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna react to this. Like that's one thing. And the other thing is that even if like they do engage on you right now, like your team is not here to help, right? So I would not space like this, like in general. Like I would maybe space downwards or like upwards or like towards your team or something like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's like anytime you walk into them right here as well, like they will just be able to hit you, right? So yeah, and it's like once again, I think you know you can probably just cancel this Kiana like straight away.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm a noob.
That's not it. Tunneler is you're going Titanic, right? Or
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. I'm not sure if it's
I
like usually better than Tiamat or not. I don't know it well enough, but I know
I
like
like
on you go.
I value HP more than AD on this jump early
Yeah,
game.
I know a lot of people like when they go Stride Breaker, they like Phage more than Tiamat, so it makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Strybreaker.
Yeah, it was like before Titanic was like popular in Rek'Sai.
Yeah. It's just int again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yo, I'm so bad. What the fuck? I think mid game I start cooking this game.
Yeah.
This is not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, like Rek'Sai is like not as bad like at like scaling anymore, like at least
Yeah.
compared to before. Like before it was completely awful. Now you can actually play team fights. So.
Yeah.
And you have like a decent game for Rek'Sai as well. I think you can agree. Like, I think it's like Brand that's like really annoying for you in that sense, right? But it's like otherwise, like you can buy a lot
Yeah.
of space. I think in general. Like, sure, you might get CC'd a lot as well, but you have
Yeah.
ways to play. If you get CC'd, Katarina Riven will run Rampage. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the general plays you go for are like not always like bad in that sense, right? Like sometimes they end up bad because like we saw it this game, we like kind of mechanically misplay sometimes, right? But it's
Yeah.
like here it's like fine. It's just I think sometimes like they're a bit misjudged. For example, the bot lane play, like right, and it's like because we don't like look early, etc. These kind of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you usually like value Grubs versus Drake?
Depends what top laner I have and if my top laner is winning. I play for Grubs if my top laner is like winning, and I play for Drake
So
if my top laner is losing.
so you
Most
think
of the time.
if you can play Grubs, you will play Grubs? Is that it?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly don't know which one is better to be honest. So I
Yeah.
like Drakes because I think Drakes are like OP, like
Yeah.
completely OP. Like they give way more gold value than people think.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
And they always give you like a win condition, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think if you play Rek'Sai, I could see why you like going Grubs more because you want to snowball games, right? And
Yeah.
you don't care about playing as much like a consistent playstyle, let's say it. And
Mm-hmm.
like if you play Nidalee, it's like I don't mind if you go Grubs either because you won't level 6 on that champion. So like if you
Yeah.
want to go Grubs early, I don't mind it.
What am I cooking here? I think I one shot.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty grief.
Yep.
How come we start Drake here?
Because I killed Brand, and then I thought like, oh, my AD is coming out of base with the IE, so it's probably free, and we kill mid here. So, but we see them walk here onto me in
Right,
like a second. So
but it's like you're saying he's coming out of base, right? First things first, right? He needs to come out of base and then he needs to fix
yeah,
the
I should
wave
wait.
and then he can move, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
just thinking about like his tempo compared to your tempo, right? And
Yeah.
sometimes it just doesn't match up ever, right? And you can't do Drake, or like sometimes you can just do it solo, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what is the plan now?
Um, I think just look bot if there's a play, then play for bot if there's not full clear up. I think that's what I do here.
Okay.
Or cover mid. That's also a possibility. Holy Korean Kiana. God damn.
Bathing up in here.
Or yeah.
No, I don't hate like your plans. Like, by the way, like the general thing why I ask as well is that I always want you to have some sort of plan. I don't care what
Yeah.
it is. Like, it can be literally anything. Like,
Oh wait, what is that?
yeah, your champ is OP.
Cancel out of it.
No, it is like, in general, I don't care what the plan is, right? For example, if you're maybe looking at bot lane play, like, once again, it's like when we walk out of base here initially, I want you to actually look bot lane. Okay, what is actually playable? You know what I mean in that sense?
Yeah.
If you think maybe we can go for a dive, okay, go wolves into Gromp, you know, for example, instead of the other way.
Yeah.
You know, or like maybe if you think you need to cover mid lane, like okay, then the like pathing can adapt these kind of things, right? Like,
Yeah. Makes sense.
and it's like maybe it's just completely dead on bot lane. Like I don't know when that would be exactly, but like maybe like Tristana just wants to reset for some reason like that, right? Then we just want to go top lane. It just feels like we maybe don't think about these things as well.
Yeah. See what you mean.
And that sometimes makes the game a bit inefficient.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Aqsept. If you're enjoying the coaching session that you're watching right now, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. I upload coaching sessions daily right now. I also upload shorts daily. And if you're interested in seeing the sessions a bit more live and asking questions while we're going on, then just remember I always do these sessions live on my Twitch channel, so you can go follow that, link in the description. Anyways, thank you and enjoy the video. It's like once again your camera movement, right? It's like here, you're like clearing a ward, right? Just look what your Katarina is doing.
Yeah.
And probably knowing what's going on here, you probably think, okay, they got no play on me, it's over, right? And then now you realize, oh wait, Katarina is fighting. This is probably what happens, right? And I get that, right? Like, because you kind of mental reset in a sense.
Yeah.
But it's just something to think about. So, what is the plan after this streak, right? I see that you want to clear upwards, right? And then you want to reset. But what are we playing for on the reset? Like, what are we trying to get?
I think after reset we just play Herald with top lane.
No, I mean that's one thing, right? But I mean, what items do you try to get out of the reset?
After my Tiamat item, I normally go like Black Cleaver or Sojourn, depending of if they have tanks or not. And third item, I go Sterex or Warmog mostly.
You like Shodan on the champion?
Yeah, I really do.
Okay. Yeah, I've never tried this, so maybe it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Sterex a lot. I think some games, even going Sterex second can be fine. Like, it's just if you need like more tankiness in that sense, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't hate the cleaver. If you think the Shodan is good, I don't hate it. It's probably good in solo queue as well, so especially, right? Like, you can just carry a lot of games probably if you get it. But, like, Sterex allows you to play like more as a frontline, right?
Yeah, for sure.
No, but what I'm trying to ask, right, is like, okay, let's say this game, right? Okay, they have a Skarner, they have a like Alistar. Are you going cleaver or are you going Shodan?
I'll probably go Cleaver here.
Okay, and then it's like, what components are you trying to get out of it, right? It's like, for all I care, right, after this streak, if we want to, like, we could just reset, right?
Yeah.
It's like one thing, right? We have 1500 gold. It's like, if we don't want to reset here, that's fine. Maybe you think like, okay, we have like a big item spike or something like that if we don't reset right now. It's like, whatever, right? Then it can be fine, right? But this is your reset timer otherwise. So otherwise, you're gonna have to wait until the end of the full clear. They could like play Herald until then or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, whatever you want to do, right? Because for example, maybe this game you want to get Mercs, I would assume.
Yeah, for sure.
And you probably like maybe just want to get like a double longsword here then if you want to reset now. If you think you have something better, like for example you can get Mercs and like Coldfields and you think that's worth it, like then I think it can be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like thinking about these things, right? Because like now even like okay, you go for this play and obviously it's like Omega free, right? But it's just thinking about these things. Okay, what does like staying on the map actually do for me, right?
Yeah.
Because if you want to there, you could just reset. You could take like then go Herald instant, and you could just clear down something like that, right? And you can play bot tower as well. Oh, that's like entire reset. Yeah, I would look sometimes what's actually going on in top lane. Like, if you can, like, in general, if you look at this play, right, or whatever, you're taking Herald, right, and you can see like the Pike starts like pinging the like, okay, we can go dive top lane, these kind of things, right? Like this guy is perma looking top lane here. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not something we're doing though. We kind of just follow up on the play, and I don't mind us like going for the play or whatever, right? But it's like the more info we have, the more info we can gather, the better we can make our own calls, and the less we have to trust our teammates. And let's be honest, we cannot trust these guys in solo queue. Agreed?
Yeah.
Maybe Certus is like a fucking Smurf, you know, like so maybe him you can like kind of trust and play for, you know. But it's like,
Yeah, for sure.
you know, it's like obviously you play in like high elo, right? So like there are some people who you're gonna know a lot of these people, right?
Yeah.
So it's like some of them, you know, okay, they play good, right? You can kind of trust them in a sense, right? But it's like, it's still a lot of them are gonna grief, right? And you want to make your decisions, right, as best as possible, right?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Do you think it's like uncomfortable usually like pressing F keys, like, or no? I'm just curious.
In like when I'm fighting myself, or like when I'm like walking to a fight or something, I think it's kind of hard. But normally when I'm clearing, it should be okay. I just need
Yeah.
to know when I should do it, right?
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, one thing, I have like my F keys binded on mouse buttons to make it like easier to touch, like, because, you know, otherwise I have to move my entire hand, and I don't
Yeah.
want to do that, right? So maybe like rebinding it to something else could help you. I'm not sure, you know.
Yeah.
Another thing is like, I mean, you play on lock cam, right? So this probably doesn't help you, to be fair, but, or at least it looks like you play on lock camera. I don't think you're pressing spacebar the entire game.
No, I play semi. I mean, that means I play semi lock. I
Oh
play
no,
like
you do.
unlock.
Yeah, no, here I see you do it. Yeah. Because like another thing is like, because what most people I find usually do, right, is that they would have like their thumb resting on their spacebar, for example, right, and then you center the camera that way, right?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, and it's like if you do this, right, and you, like, for example, like if you just want to look over mid lane right here, you could just pan over the camera, for example, right, and that can be fine, right? One thing I like have done is like I've just upped my camera like move speed a lot, like so I can move it faster if I want to look at like a play. You know what I mean? And if like I think I like move it too far, let's say, like I can just press space and do it again, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like it just allows you to gather information quickly. Like I play on 100 because I'm a psychopath. You don't have to play on like the maximum or whatever, but I do recommend moving it up a bit more, right? Like even if you don't think you like move the camera that often for it or whatever, it's still like it's more efficient, right?
Okay.
And it's not that hard to get used to, right? Let's say I don't know what you play on. Maybe you play on 50 right now or whatever, right?
I probably do, yeah.
Yeah, like if you haven't changed it, it's probably 50. So let's just say it's 50, right? You don't have to like move it up to like, let's say 80 or whatever. Like that's not what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying
Yeah.
is like move it up by 1 every single game, for example.
Okay.
Right? Because it's not like you're not gonna notice a difference moving from 50 to 51. Agreed?
Yeah.
So it's like if you do that, like maybe not even every single game, but every other game or something like that, right? Like you're just gonna be used to playing on like after 100 games, you're gonna like theoretically gonna be able to play on 100 if you want to, and you can just stop whenever you want, right?
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. This was funny.
Now, one thing I notice in general, and I don't think this is like the main thing, you click quite far away from your champion, like often. If you wanna be as efficient as possible, like mechanically, you click over here.
Yeah, okay, makes
And it
sense.
just allows you to click faster on both sides, right? And if you're, like, I don't know what your DPI is, etc., right? So it's like maybe you have like supply DPI or something, right? And that's why you're clicking far away and you're not being inefficient, right?
Yeah.
What do you have?
Oh, I actually have like no clue, honestly. I have no
Okay,
clue.
see, okay, then that's fine. Like I know I have like where I coached one player before. Painful, maybe you know him. I don't know.
No.
No, okay, he plays a lot solo, so that's why I thought maybe. But like either way, it doesn't matter, right? But it's like he plays on like 6,000 DPI, like super high sense. It's like if he touches his mouse with his thumb, it like moves basically the entire like way. It's like completely psychopath, right? But it's like
Yeah, it's not that high.
yeah, exactly. I can imagine most people don't, right? But it's like, yeah, my point is just that like, yeah, he does it right to just be more efficient with his mouse, right? Like because okay, the faster he moves it, right, the more efficient he can be, right? That's his like argument, right?
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. The closer you move it to your champion, the more efficient you will be, right?
Yeah.
Alright, but this was fine. I think, as you said, in mid game, it's like a bit more fine, but it's like similar thing, right? We're just kind of AFK on the camera, and I don't think we actually like carry this game or anything, right? We kind of ended up
No,
having
no,
like
no.
winning lanes, right? And then because of that, we could play with the winning lanes, right? But we didn't
Yeah,
have
for
like
sure.
a super good impact on why those lanes won, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's just in general about making more like active decisions, I think, and like also like thinking about like what your win conditions are. I mean, obviously, like you think a bit, and you said it like in the middle of the game. I don't want to play it towards this Volibear. That's fine, right? Like completely fine, right? But just thinking, okay, short term, what is my plan, and just making a plan every single time you come out of base, right? And just moving your camera, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you do other stuff while you play. If this is your tryhard account, I recommend like playing tryhard on this account, right? And you don't focus on other things, right? These kind of things. But that's up to you at the end of the day. But that's like to climb most efficiently, right?
Yeah. Makes sense.
All right. Do you have anything else or any questions?
Not really, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of clear for me, honestly.
All right, and
I
it will
want
be
to focus
uploaded to
on.
YouTube like next week, something like that.
Yeah, sure. Don't worry. I don't mind.
Yeah. All right, awesome. And then so that you have it, and then if you want to watch it through at some point, like earlier, then it's on Twitch VOD, of course.
All right.
All
Thank
right,
you very
awesome.
much, man.
Yeah, I hope it helps. And
For sure.
all right, awesome. Then I'll see you, man.
All right. See you, man. Take
All
care.
right. Yeah, you too.